This video was recorded inside a man's home after he started hearing strange banging sounds coming from his basement. At first, it was the kind of noise most people would try to explain away. Old pipes, the house settling, maybe something falling over. But according to him, this sounded different. Loud, repeated, intentional. So he grabs his phone and heads toward the basement door, and you can already hear the tension in his voice before he even gets downstairs. As he steps into the cluttered, unfinished basement, concrete floor, stacked boxes, exposed walls, the activity suddenly becomes much harder to ignore.
Alright, so I just started hearing banging coming from the basement, which is not happened yet before. There it is. There it is. What the f***? What the f***? Let's go and check this out. Sketchy shit happening in this house, man. No way, it's coming from upstairs now. Holy shit. What the fuck? Why are you doing this? Nell, what the? Oh no, no.
Out of nowhere, a metal stand is violently knocked over, crashing onto the floor and echoing through the basement. Before he can even understand what just happened, the banging seems to move above him, now coming from the ceiling. He panics and runs back upstairs. But what he finds in the kitchen is even worse. Every cabinet door and drawer has been thrown wide open, as if something tore through the room while he was downstairs. Then another crash erupts from the living room, sending a red ceiling lampshade swinging wildly. Nothing is visible, no one is there, but the activity seems to follow him from room to room. Almost like it knows exactly where he is. Some viewers believe this could be poltergeist activity, the kind of haunting linked to aggressive physical disturbances, thrown objects, and loud, unexplained crashes. Skeptics may argue the whole thing could be staged, but the man's breathing sounds genuinely ragged and panicked throughout the clip. Then, the second part of the video takes us to a completely different location, a rundown building where the owner had reported strange noises coming from upstairs. A person is invited to investigate, and as they climb the staircase, they describe an overwhelming feeling that something is right behind them. At the top, they turn around, but nothing is there. Listen closely. Later, a still photograph taken on that staircase reveals something the person apparently missed in the moment. In the alcove below, a large, misty shape appears to hover near the steps. Semi-transparent, pale, and roughly shaped like the upper body of a person. Some viewers immediately called it an apparition, while others suggested more natural explanations like dust, motion blur, disturbed air, or camera exposure. But the shape is specific enough to make people look twice, and when you combine it with the feeling of being followed up the stairs, the image becomes a lot harder to brush off as just a random blur. So what was behind them on that staircase? A trick of the camera, or something paranormal watching from below? A man from Chilca, Peru, claims he recorded something extremely strange near a local pier, late at night. He was walking through the area when the silence was broken by an unusual sound coming from the water. At first, he didn't know what he was hearing. Maybe an animal. Maybe something moving near the edge of the lake, curious, but clearly nervous. He stepped closer to investigate. And that's when the calm night suddenly turned into something far more disturbing.
¿Qué está pasando con el gobierno y la NASA? Ahora han construido la NASA acá en el Perú. Ayer me fui a Chilca y esto pasó. Quisiera saber qué cosa fue o qué cosa es. Ayúdenme por favor ustedes a descubrir esto. Pero en una de las lagunas de Chilca me pasó esto. Nada, ayúdenme por favor.
From the dark water, a strange figure begins to rise. Its shape looks almost human, but everything about it feels wrong. The silhouette is unnatural, and what appear to be 3 long claws can be seen near its body, giving the creature a terrifying, almost monstrous appearance. It moves slowly, but that only makes the moment feel worse. Like whatever is coming out of the water knows it doesn't need to hurry. The man immediately panics and runs away. What happened after that is unclear, but the location makes the footage even creepier. Chilca has long been connected to mysterious stories, with locals reporting strange lake creatures, unexplained apparitions, and even UFO sightings above the city. So was this just a strange shape in the water caught on camera? Or did this man record something paranormal emerging from one of Peru's most mysterious places? A woman named Devon says she and her husband started noticing strange changes in their young daughter's behavior as she got older. Their little girl was normally playful and full of energy, but sometimes she would stare into empty corners of the room, like someone was standing there. Other nights, she would laugh by herself in bed, babbling and playing as if another child was right beside her. At first, Devon didn't know what to think. But then one night, the bedroom camera captured something that made everything feel much more personal. Late at night, while the house is quiet, their daughter is wide awake in bed, laughing and calling out the name Jada twice. What makes this moment so emotional is that Jada was not an imaginary name. Jada was actually the little girl's older sister. And in the clip, another faint voice seems to answer, "Yeah," after the name is called. But here's the part that makes the footage so unsettling. Jada passed away at only 3 years old back in 2017. Devin's younger daughter is only around 15 months old, meaning she never met Jada and should have no memory of who she was.
And so does my family, but I've never talked to her directly about her. She's only 15 months, so obviously I do plan to tell her about her, eventually show her pictures, videos, and all that. With her being only 15 months old, it's not something that I've even thought about doing yet.
The next day, Devin showed her younger daughter a photo of Jada. Instead of looking confused, the little girl smiled and said Jada, recognizing her as the same girl she had apparently been playing with at night.
Actually, after I posted this, the next day, I did show her a picture of Jada, and she smiled so big and was like, "Jada!" So it's just so crazy. I honestly think I'm still just in shock.
Devin believes this wasn't something dark or threatening, but something deeply emotional. That her daughter Jada may still be watching over her little sister from the afterlife. So was this just a child repeating a name she somehow overheard? Or did this family capture a gentle paranormal moment between two sisters separated by life and death? A young man living in Brazil began posting videos of what he believes are paranormal manifestations inside his home. At first, the activity seemed strange enough on its own. But in March 2025, everything took a much darker turn when one of his clips exploded to over 18 million views. And after seeing what he captured that night, it's not hard to understand why people were disturbed. In the middle of the night, he suddenly wakes up with the overwhelming feeling that something is watching him. When he looks toward the bed beside him, he realizes it may not be his imagination. A dark, eerie figure appears to be lying there, staring directly at him with a sinister expression. The moment he finally gathers enough courage to look at it properly, the figure vanishes. Trying to convince himself it was just his mind playing tricks on him, he heads to the kitchen to calm down. But when he returns to the room, he is met with something even worse. A terrifying figure can be seen floating motionless inside the room, hanging there in the darkness, as if it has been waiting for him to come back. It doesn't rush, it doesn't move at first, it simply stares, until suddenly it drops downward, frightening the young man so badly that he immediately ends the recording. Some viewers are convinced he captured a real entity haunting his home, while others believe the whole thing was staged for views. But fake or real, this is still one of those creepy videos that leaves you wondering what you would do if you woke up and saw something staring back at you from across the room. Liam is an English TikTok creator and dedicated paranormal investigator who has built a loyal following by taking viewers along on live ghost hunts. His usual setting: remote graveyards, pitch-black paths, abandoned churches, and places most people would never step into alone after dark. But this clip feels especially unsettling because it was taken directly from one of his live streams, meaning viewers were watching it unfold in real time, with no editing, no cuts, and no chance to add anything afterward. While exploring a dark, isolated cemetery in the middle of the night, Liam turns his camera toward an old derelict church on the property and captures something that still has people debating what they saw.
Is this a ghost in this empty house? At first sight, there's nothing there. A mysterious figure appears.
At first, the inside of the broken church appears completely empty. Through the dark window, there's nothing but shadow, silence, and abandoned space. But then Liam moves the camera away for only a few seconds. When he slowly brings it back to the same window, something has changed. Pressed against the glass is a dark, human-shaped silhouette, standing completely still and facing directly toward him. It doesn't step back, it doesn't hide, it just stays there, staring. And when the low-light live stream footage is brightened and zoomed in, the darkness seems to reveal the faint outline of a face looking right back through the window. So did Liam capture someone hiding inside an abandoned church? Or did his live stream record a real shadow figure watching him from the cemetery?
A mysterious figure appears.
A man records himself walking through his house at nearly 2 a.m. after being woken up by something he can't explain. He already has his phone in hand when it starts, Loud, aggressive knocking at the front door. First 5 rapid knocks, then 7, then 3 more. Each round sounds harder than the last, like whoever or whatever is outside is trying to make sure he hears it.
Son casi las 2 de la mañana. Unas 52. Escucharon, me están tocando la puerta, no mames. ¿Quién? Voy a cambiar la cámara para grabar. No hay nadie. A la verga. ¿Quién es? ¿Quién está ahí? Lo voy a llamar a la policía. No mames, no hay nadie. No hay nadie, güey. Ay, cabrón, atrás de mí. Oh, no mames. Ya me voy a ver.
He opens the front door and scans the porch, panning left and right, but no one is there. The yard is empty. Whoever was knocking is already gone. He steps back inside, catches his own reflection in a mirror, and visibly jumps, already on edge. Then, from the living room, a single harsh piano-like chord suddenly plays by itself. As he turns toward the sound, the brass doorknob on a nearby closet begins rattling violently, shaking like something inside is trying to force its way out. He opens it, but there's nothing inside except cleaning supplies. Then, from a dark doorway, a child's ride-on toy car slowly rolls into the hallway and stops on its own. He keeps filming, moving into the kitchen, where another doorknob, this one leading to the garage, starts rattling the exact same way. He opens the door and steps inside. And this is where the footage becomes much harder to brush off, because the activity isn't just repeating one simple trick. It's moving through the house with him, knocking, playing sounds, shaking doors, pushing objects, almost like something knows exactly where he is. But what happens in the garage may be the most chilling part of all. Listen closely.
No hay nadie, güey. No hay nadie, güey. No hay nadie, güey.
A clear male whisper cuts through the silence, saying vete, Spanish for go away or leave. That one word changes the entire feeling of the clip. This no longer seems like random bumps at the night or simple poltergeist activity. A voice means intention, a warning. Something in that garage didn't just want to make noise, it wanted him out. Skeptics might say there are too many events packed into one recording, making the whole thing feel staged. But his reaction builds in a way that feels disturbingly real. From confusion, to fear, to full panic, and he never stops recording. So what was inside that house with him? A setup meant to scare viewers, or a real paranormal presence moving from room to room, finally telling him exactly what it wanted. A Jordanian ghost hunter named Mahmoud, who has appeared in creepy paranormal videos before, heads into an abandoned building that locals claim is cursed. As he moves through the dark, decaying rooms, he begins finding old, crumpled pieces of paper hidden inside the cupboards. At first, he doesn't seem too concerned and keeps exploring. But while he searches through the cabinets, the footage starts to feel strangely uncomfortable. Almost like someone, or something, is watching him from inside the house.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Later, when Mahmoud reviews the footage, he notices something he completely missed in the moment. High up on a shelf he couldn't reach, there appears to be another piece of paper tucked away in the darkness. But the unsettling part is that it doesn't just sit there. It seems to shift, almost like it moves on its own.
خزانة في فوق سدة أنا مش شايف شو فيها ولا هي سدة ما أعرف شو فيها. شايفين إيش أنتوا؟ أنا مش شايف صراحة ولا هي سدة ما أعرف شو فيها.
Then things take a much stranger turn. Mahmoud opens another cabinet and finds a bright red piece of paper hidden inside. This one immediately stands out from the others, so he decides to take it out and see what's written on it.
شو في هون؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. شو هذا؟ مساء يا اخوان. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. خلينا نفتحه. يصير. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. والله ما بضل ولا دقيقة من دخلت.
But as Mahmoud lays the paper down to examine it, the floor beneath him suddenly appears to burst into flames. He panics and runs from the room as fast as he can. Later, when he looks closer at the red paper, he finds it covered in strange symbols and markings written in languages he can't understand. So, did Mahmoud accidentally uncover an actual curse hidden inside this abandoned building? Or was this just an elaborate setup made to look like real paranormal activity caught on camera? You decide. You can watch Mahmoud's full ghost exploration over on his YouTube channel. A man working the night shift at a school somewhere in the United States has been documenting the strange things he keeps experiencing while he's completely alone in the building. According to him, once the students and staff are gone, the school doesn't stay quiet for long. The clip begins outside in a fog-covered parking lot before he heads inside, whispering to the camera that no one else is supposed to be there. As he moves through the dark corridors, the atmosphere instantly feels wrong. Empty hallways stretching into darkness, red exit signs glowing in the distance, and a building that feels completely different after hours.
Cristo. Les digo, y estoy yo solo.
Several strange moments happen throughout the clip, and each one makes the footage harder to brush off. A loud mechanical whirring suddenly starts the moment he stops near a restroom sign, even though no one is nearby. Then he notices a yellow cleaning duster, somehow wedged high up on the wall near the ceiling. Not lying on the floor, not leaning against anything, but stuck in a place that makes almost no sense. Farther down the hallway, a door slowly swings open by itself in the dark. But the most disturbing moment comes near the end, when a faint laugh echoes through the empty corridor, and it sounds exactly like a little girl. No clear explanation has ever been given for that laugh, and it's the detail viewers can't stop talking about. A school is already unsettling at night, but hearing what sounds like a child laughing when the building is supposed to be empty takes the whole clip into much creepier territory. So was this just a strange combination of building noises, echoes, and bad timing? Or is something still wandering those halls after everyone else has gone home?